Hello shooters, today's installment of Man vs. Handgun is the Smith and Wesson M&P 2.0 Compact. Let's get into this bad boy.
Man vs. Gun.
Okay, the Smith and Wesson 2.0 Compact, which is the Glock 19 size Smith and Wesson M&P, long awaited. This is the one they should have came out with very first, but better late than never. The weight on this bad boy is exactly the same as my Glock 17 to the ounce. Okay, the width on this thing is right here at the slide stops 1.308, so it gets a 4.4 weight. It also gets a 4.4 width. It's a perfect size service handgun because it does allow you a full grip here. It's also a perfect size concealed carry gun because it's still small. It's exact same size as Glock 19. It's a perfect size for a carry gun, perfect size for all day shooting at the range gun. It gets a 1 for a pocket gun. It's just too dang big. The receiver's made out of plastic, but it gets an upgrade in design because it just feels so nice and ergonomic in the hand, so it gets a 4. The back straps are adjustable. There's 4 different back straps. That gives 4 extra points, but the back strap design itself gets 4 points also. Side panels get a 4 because of the nice stippling here, or texturing, whichever you want to call it. So we're good to go there. Side panels are non-adjustable. They are what they are. Okay, the trigger pull is 5 1/4 pounds on my sample right here. Smith & Wesson definitely learned something from Apex when they designed the 2.0. It's a much better trigger than the M&P 1.0. There is some take up right here's the take up. Then you hit the wall. Then once you hit the wall, 5 1/4 pounds later it goes. Reset is, you know, not super short, but it's not super long. Let's do the reset again. Reset, a little bit of take up after reset, then the click. Much better trigger than 1.0. Still not as good as the CZP-10C or some of the others, but a far cry from what it was. Okay, the magazine well is flared, just like the 1.0 design was. It's flared on all 3 sides here, the front and both sides. I guess you'd call it a little bit of a flare with this thing here, that takedown lever thing there. Good to go though. The magazine is a fantastic design. The magazine base plate, I'm going to switch them out with 1.0 or something like that because they're not one-hand manipulation friendly. So that's their downfall there. But they are full-size magazines. This will fit 15. It won't fit more than 15. It's the same size as a Glock 19 magazine or other magazines that hold 15 rounds. Besides HK VP9, that is a full-size magazine that only carries 15 rounds. This won't carry any more rounds than 15, so they stuffed as many rounds as possible in the mag. That is a good thing. Ease of seating gets a 5 because it goes in a little bit farther than it needs to, so we're good to go there. Magazine release is in a great location. It's right there behind the trigger guard. It's like we're all used to. You can switch it from one side to the other, but it is only on one side. So it got a 4 for the magazine release design, a 4 for the location. The safety's right here in the trigger where it belongs, just like a Glock and other generations of M&Ps. It is operated just as well from the left hand it is the right hand, so the safety for gets a 5 for design, location, and mirror image. The slide catch, they added this little doohickey here to stop the slide from autoing forward. That means when you're at slide lock and you stuff a full magazine in, on 1.0 it would go forward all on its own. This is to stop that. There's a little spring thing in there to stop it, the slide from going forward all on its own. It won't go forward until you actually manipulate the slide release or pull the slide back and let it go. So, but the design of the slide slide release, exact same as M&P 1.0. It's in a great location. It's mirror image, so it gets 5s all around there. The rear side is manipulation friendly one hand. I gave that a 4 because it could be a little bit taller. That shelf could be right there. And the front sight is a 4 also. So we got 4s all around on the sights. They're good steel sights. They're gives you a good sight picture. I like them. They're not perfect, but I like them. There is 3 slots for a light rail there for lights or lasers. It is not optics compatible. So this is a great gun. This should have been what Smith and Wesson came out with to begin with, but glad they at least came to the party a little bit late. Let's take this thing to the range and see how it shoots. Reset's not quite as good as my CZP-10. See that what I'm used to shooting, so you see me right there. I didn't let it reset all the way, and I tried to pull the trigger again. So that just goes to show you, if you have a gun that has a really nice trigger and you go to even the M&P 2.0, it's not going to be quite as nice, but it's a far cry better than the 1.0. Great improvement to the M&P line. I really enjoyed shooting this 2.0 compact. It was a pleasure to shoot. Comes back on target extremely fast. Recoil's mild because of the shape of the frame, and also because the frame is plastic, absorbs some of the recoil. It was a lot of fun to shoot. Look at how well it comes back on target here in the slow-mo coming up. Comes right back on target, which is, you know, makes it really easy to get good hits. Makes it really easy to get good hits. Thank you, Smith and Wesson. Good job. Final thoughts. I've said it before. I'll say it again and again and again and again. This is the gun Smith and Wesson should have came out with years and years and years ago. They finally came out with it, but they should come out with it years and years ago. Excellent handgun, excellent choice if you're looking in the market for a Glock 19 non-Glock handgun. I can't say enough good about this thing. They should have come out with it years and years and years and years ago. Appreciate all the shares, likes, and subscribes. As always, ensure that your training and your practice is preparing you for the real world, your real world, and not for the fantasy land of the shooting range. And have a nice day.